Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from Return of the Fan, and a new article has come up about Phoebe Waller-Bridge and No Time to Die. So let's dive into this one. Just to let you know, I'm a huge James Bond fan. Love the Sean Connery films. Didn't really see too many of the earlier ones than that, but Sean Connery onwards, I got into James Bond and really enjoyed them. Um, Timothy Dalton wasn't one of my favourites, kind of tolerable. I really like Pierce Brosnan, although a lot of people didn't like Pierce Brosnan. I guess it's a matter of taste. And I quite like Daniel Craig. Um, I like Casino Royale and the next one, but didn't really enjoy Spectre that much at all. I thought that was pretty bad. So yeah, didn't really enjoy that one. So we're just going to have to see what No Time to Die is like, seeing it's the last one involving Daniel Craig. So you probably heard that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was brought in as a writer onto the film, and a lot of the talk was about that she would be there to bring Bond kicking and screaming into the modern times, into the Me Too era. But I think if that happened, it's going to kill off the Bond franchise because that's what Bond is not about. Um, so let's have a dive into this. So, No Time to Die producer and Eon Productions co-head Michael G. Wilson wants Bond fans to know that Phoebe Waller-Bridge's contribution to the upcoming new 007 tentpole goes far beyond just the woman characters in the film. Oh no! Asked by BBC Radio 4 about the Fleabag Emmy winner joining No Time to Die to punch up the script, Wilson said Waller-Bridge had a major contribution to the final movie. She gave us an interesting point of view for several of the characters, Wilson said. I think it's unfair to think of her as a female writer. She contributed to the whole plot of the film. So if you think that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is a feminist writer, then if she's contributed to the whole plot of the film, that is going to be a disaster for Bond. Because the whole point of Bond is that yes, he is a little bit sexist, and he likes to get it with very attractive women, and he's got a charm and wit about him. That's the thing about a spy, right? They use that to get what they want. And men go to see Bond because they like to be Bond, and women go to see Bond because they'd like to be with Bond. So it's kind of a win-win situation for both genders, right? Um, so I was asked to do dialogue polishes and to offer things really. Waller-Bridge said last year about her involvement with Bond. It's about just offering different alternatives. Did they give me some scenes and then be like, can you write some alternatives for this? Or have another idea about where it could go in the middle or how it would end? And then would I just give them options of various scenes and they would take what they want? But there was a lot of people writing. The director, Kerry Fukunaga, was a writer on it as well, and there'd been a few writers before. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the movie's going to be like. It's going to be out pretty soon. I'm definitely not going to see it day and date release on the day of release because I want to see some reviews from people that I trust who will give me an honest opinion on the film first. And if it turns out to be woke and have lots of intersectional feminism in it, which destroys the movie, then I'm not going to go and see it because don't give your money to them. That's the only thing that I will understand. Unfortunately, there'll be a lot of Bond people that like Bond, but not might be huge Bond fans that don't really know what's been happening with the film. They don't really follow the news stories and so on, and so they'll go into the film expecting a normal Bond movie, and they could be disappointed. So I think this movie will still do really well, but I've heard it needs to make a huge amount of money to cover its costs because it's been delayed and delayed and delayed. Due to the COVID situation, and so I think it needs to make quite a lot of money, but it should do really, really well, especially overseas as well, because as I said, a lot of the controversy about the movie just hasn't come up or registered with most people. Bond himself, Daniel Craig, has been protective over Waller-Bridge's involvement with the Bond franchise. Waller-Bridge was hired to punch up the script written by director Cary Fukunaga and screenwriter Scott Z. Burns. You know what punch up means, right? They just mean to make it more feminist, right? They want to drag it into the Me Too era. There was talk of something about a female spy walking out of the toilet and chucking a used tampon into the waste trash can. I mean, yes, women have periods and they use tampons. But if it's not, strictly speaking, a big thing in the plot of the film, you don't put it in there. Everyone has to have a shit, right? If it's not part of the plot, you don't see Bond having a shit, right? You know, pushing out a big fat one in the middle of the movie just because he can, right? Everyone shits. Yes, all women have periods. That's true. But if it doesn't add to the movie, you don't need to put that kind of crap in there. Right? You don't see them showing the characters eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the movie, do you? They only do it when it's part of the plot. If they're meeting someone at a restaurant and it's part of the plot, then they show them eating. Otherwise, you don't see it, right? You don't need to force your feminist stuff into the movie. It'll just turn people off. Look, we're having a conversation about Phoebe's gender here, which is effing ridiculous. Craig said she's a great writer. Why shouldn't we get Phoebe onto Bond? Well, why didn't you get her in the first place and not after the script was written? Craig pushed back as the reporter asked whether Waller-Bridge's hire was made to drag Bond into a more representative era. I know where you're going, but I don't actually want to have that conversation. Why not? The actor said, I know that what you're trying to do. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. She's an effing great writer, one of the best English writers around. I said, can we get her on the film? That's where I came from. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. No Time to Die opens in the US on October 8th, so it's not too far away. As I said, I will have to reserve judgment. We don't know exactly for sure what's going to be in the movie, whether it does have a lot of feminist stuff in it. Maybe Phoebe Waller-Bridge could surprise us and produce a really good script along with the other script writers and the director as well. We'll just have to wait and see, but I have my doubts, severe doubts on that, so that's why I'm not going to see it the first day. I'm going to wait for some reviews and then I'm going to go and see it. I would actually suggest you do the same as well. Wait for some reviews, read some reviews, or actually better yet, just watch some YouTube reviews from people that you trust to give you honest opinions. Don't read reviews from the access media, so the people that get early access to films, because they write good reviews for those because they know if they write a bad review, they're not going to get early access on the next film that comes around. So basically, the access media are bought and paid for by the studios by just not giving them early access next time, and so they never write what they truly feel. I believe, in my humble opinion, because they need to keep that access going. So I don't trust any early access people. So if you see any reviews for movies before the movie comes out to the general population, just take it with a grain of salt, or just disregard it completely, and just wait till the movie comes out. And people that don't pay for or don't get early access are the ones that you should be paying attention to. Anyway, if you have any comments about that, list them in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you think and love to interact with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you happen to like my content, it would be great if you could subscribe as well. It will also help other people to find my videos through the YouTube algorithm. And I hope to see you in the next episode. So I will catch you next time.